Do you feel like you are in the same intensity of work like Japan?
Oh, it's totally different. Working so hard, that was very normal for me before when I was in Japan, but now I realize that it's not normal, and here is much better.
Hello guys, how are you doing? It's your homeboy Guy. Today we have a new person. I told you a lot of people are coming. We have a lot of new people that you're going to feature here. And today we have one special person. We're going to let her introduce herself.
Hi.
What's your name? Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Minayo, Japanese.
Minayo, Japanese. Let's take a walk. Minayo from Japan. So today Minayo will talk a little bit about herself, her experience in Japan, how's the life here, how long have she been in the Philippines, and yeah, anything that she can share with us about some best practice in the Philippines as a Japanese. So Minayo, that's your name, right? So yes. In Japan they will say Minayo-san.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so Minayo, let's start from the start. When did you arrive in the Philippines?
Let's start from the start.
Yeah. Anyway, let's start. So, when did you arrive in the Philippines, and what makes you decide to come to the Philippines?
It was 2017 when I came to the Philippines for the first time.
Okay.
And then what made
So that's
me
like 7 years. Okay.
want to
Make
here.
you want to? Yeah. What makes you want to come to the Philippines, right?
Yes. When I was in Japan, I liked studying English, but my English speaking skill didn't improve at all because we don't have a chance to talk to foreigners in Japan.
Okay.
No one speaks English in Japan, no?
Okay.
Yes. And then I found a job in Japan. It was about banker. So I was a banker, and then but I was not able to give up using English for the job.
So
my job.
So in the job that you had in Japan, you were working there in English. Oh no, sorry, in Japanese.
Yeah.
Is that correct? In Nihongo, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So and then my friend introduced English school in the Philippines to me.
Okay.
Yes, and then it sounds interesting, so I decided to resign from the bank and then came to the Philippines.
Okay, so that's how you decided to come to the Philippines.
Yes.
So when you arrived in the Philippines, was it right in Manila? Because right now you're in Manila, or how was it? I mean, I know right now you're working, right? So did you arrive and then start working? Where did you arrive? How was the first day in the Philippines?
I just went straight to English school,
Okay.
which is in Tagaytay. It's a south part of Philippines.
Yeah, 2 hours from Manila, right?
Yeah, and it was very different from my expectation. Philippines, when I think about Philippines, looks like dirty.
Oh yeah.
Like
Okay.
Negative.
Yeah, but it's very clean here. It's very clean, so
Yes.
come to Philippines.
Anyway, Tagaytay, it was not so hot. It was clean. There are a lot of like cool cafe, restaurant.
The weather too was good, right?
Yes, so that was really good.
So you arrive in the Philippines. You went to Tagaytay. That's where the school, where the school was. And in that school, was it like, how was it? Filipino? Is there some other Japanese there? How was the first contact? Did you see other Japanese there, or were you the only only Japanese there?
Yeah, the owner of the school is Japanese, so a lot of almost all.
Oh look, we have a Japanese grocery there. The name is Minano Supermarket. Yeah, it's the first time that I saw it. I pass it always, but are you familiar with that one? Okay.
But I seldom go.
Minano
a
Supermarket.
bit expensive.
Okay, so the first contact with the student, I mean, the other,
yeah.
were there other Japanese there?
Yeah, so the owner was Japanese, so almost all the students were Japanese. Yes.
Okay, so you were not so alone there. You were already able to see some other guys and speak
Yeah,
Japanese. And how long did you stay there in Tagaytay?
4 months.
4 months.
Mm.
And after the 4 months, you decide to.
I decided to find a job in
Mhm.
Makati. I was actually still thinking to go back to Japan and then find a job
Okay.
and then where I can use my English, but I was not really confident about my English, especially speaking skill
Okay.
when I graduated the school. So I decided to still stay in Makati and then find a job that I can work with Filipino,
Okay.
so that while working I can also improve my English skills.
And guys, I can testify, her English is way better than what you're hearing now. If she's writing, it's way, way, way far better than mine. But anyway, so you move to the Philippines, you move to Manila and you decide to work. And where you're currently working, is it a Japanese company? Is only Japanese people, or you are with local like Filipino or other nationality?
Japanese company, there are some Japanese,
Okay.
but maybe 70% or 80% Filipino.
Okay. And are they required to speak Japanese? I mean, is it like a Nihongo position, or they can speak? It's English that is used.
No,
in the office?
the company doesn't require them to speak Japanese.
Oh.
So the language in the office is English.
Okay, English. All right, all right. So you say you have been here for 7 years, right? So in 7 years that you have spent in the Philippines, let's go to something a little funny. What's your, on top of your mind? Let's start with what best experience that you had in the Philippines
Experience.
in 7 years. Anything that you feel like, oh, this is memorable, oh, this was cool, this is something that I have enjoyed. It happened in the Philippines, you know.
Maybe giving birth. You know, wait, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, of course. Giving birth can be a, guys, just a stoplight, so you need to wait for a while. Yes,
It's noisy.
it might be a little bit noisy. Yes, well, giving birth, that's your choice, right? It can be a great experience. And who's the father? Okay, so the great experience, it's giving birth in the Philippines. If I may ask, how many do you have?
2.
2, okay. So, okay, the best experience is giving birth in the Philippines. Best experience, okay.
Best and
So,
worst.
oh,
Best but worst.
best and worst. Interesting. Best and worst. Okay, so 2 in 1. So why it's also the worst experience at the same time? Why?
Of course, that was my first experience to be pregnant, and then it's not in Japan, right? It happened in the Philippines, and then at that moment it was pandemic,
Yeah.
right? Because of COVID. So, and then of course my family was not able to visit here. We don't have family here, so I only had him. So
I was the Superman.
I
Okay.
didn't know what to do. Like I didn't know I was right or wrong in
So
terms of,
stressful in general, right?
yes,
The fact that you were alone, like no families, people that can
yes,
really relate.
no one to support and teach me how to do this.
Okay, so basically, if you were in Japan, you think that that period of your life of giving birth could have been much better.
Much better.
The fact of the support that you will have probably from your family
Yeah.
and people around you. Okay. So let's say giving birth was the best and worst experience at the same time.
I didn't say anything positive.
Well, do you have another example that you want to get, since you're saying that you didn't say anything positive? Do you have another best experience that you had in the Philippines that you're thinking
I
probably
think
this is one of the most memorable stuff?
about giving birth.
No, not really about giving birth. Since
but I
like
still
anything
wanna
that
say-
you feel, yeah, something
I still
good
wanna
that you
tell
feel like.
something about giving birth.
Okay.
なんだっけ when because I was supposed to go for normal delivery, what you call this,
Yeah, normal delivery.
right?
Yeah.
But the doctor, since they just want money, no, I should not say that.
No, well, if it's happened, it happened, you know.
Because
So-
it costs more, right?
Okay.
Cesarean. So they just decided to shift to cesarean.
Uh-huh. And it was
And
more,
then they cut my belly.
okay. And that was more expensive.
Yes. And then she kept on charging us, you know.
Did you expect it when you arrived in the hospital, or you're just upset about it because the doctor didn't clearly specify or state that before having the operation?
No, she stated before operation, of course, but I didn't have a choice. Like, I didn't know, I didn't have any knowledge.
About it?
Yeah, about it, and I had a pain, right? So
Is there any number that you can put on the bill, like how much, around how much was your first delivery by cesarean? Any idea, like maybe?
How much?
I don't know.
300
300?
pesos. I don't know. 300,000 pesos.
300,000, yeah,
yes.
around 300,000 pesos. Okay. And I think there was still amount to be paid, and that you just have to negotiate in order
Yeah.
to not have to pay all that. So we can easily say that it was close to 400 to 500. I'm saying that because I was there. So okay, so now being in the Philippines, I know the Japanese, everybody knows that Japanese has nice food. Everybody want to go to Japan because the food is, well, that's what people say, huh? But if you ask my experience, yes, I'm thinking also like that. They have a food, it's clean, it's very well, the service is very well. How about in the Philippines? I mean, not a comparison, but how do you feel not being in Japan and not having to eat those food that you used to eat? Are you acclimated already? Are you used to Filipino food? What's your favorite Filipino food, for example? Like
Adobo.
adobo. Okay.
Bicol Express.
Adobo, Bicol Express. And do you miss Japanese food in terms of, I mean, Japanese are very strict when it comes to food, right? So is it okay in the Philippines? How do you have a Japanese restaurant where you can go eat sometime? Or, you know, Japanese grocery store where you can buy the Japanese food and then cook it by yourself? Gonna cross there. Is there any Japanese restaurant where you think like when I go eat there, it's like in Japan, and then it helped me to feel like?
There are a lot of Japanese restaurants here. Actually, there is like an area called Little Tokyo, right? So many Japanese restaurants and grocery are there. Grocery.
Is that all Japanese restaurant there in Little Tokyo? Where is located?
Makati.
Makati, Little Tokyo. And how's the cost there? The price, is it acceptable?
It's okay. Yeah, it's acceptable. It's not so expensive, and the taste,
It's good.
it's okay. Yes, so I feel like okay. I'm
Okay.
home.
Okay. So how about the culture? Like when I say culture, yes, that we also know that the Japanese are known to be very disciplined, right? Like in the sense of, if this has to be put on the right side, it should be on the right side. If this has to be on the left side, it should be on the left side. How do you cope in the Philippines? I mean, how do you see it in the Philippines? Is it so different, or your experience in terms of culture? You know, like for example, I'm not sure how the way you're greeting people in the morning, the way it's greeting the Philippines. How is it?
It's totally different.
Okay.
Actually, I feel so stressed at first. It's so stressful because people in Japan, people prioritize customer,
Okay.
work, boss, like not about myself.
Okay.
But here in the Philippines, the self-love is common, right? What you call this?
People,
I mean, people
give more
prioritize
importance.
themselves, yes, and the
Okay.
family. So,
So,
for example, if I go to the mall, I go to a mall, cashier is just using their phone, even if I'm just standing in front of them. They are not aware of it. They
so
just
you
focus
mean
on their business, which is stressing me out, but I think that's how.
so you mean that self-love is people are minding first about the well-being before minding about the well-being of the customer.
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
Which is good.
Uh-huh.
Japanese are too polite. But
So-
which is also good.
So, as you were working in Japan, do you have any intention to go back to work in Japan? Do you find the condition of working in the Philippines much better? When I say condition of working, I speak in terms of maybe like a freedom. Is it too stressful? Is it, you know, like the overtime? Are you working too hard at the point that, because I know that that's one of the stress also in Japan is because people are working too hard, right?
Yeah.
So is it the same? Do you feel like you are in the same intensity of work like Japan?
Oh, it's totally different. Working so hard, that was very normal for me before when I was in Japan, but now I realize that it's not normal, and here is much better. I don't need to work OT. I can listen music while working. I can chat a lot,
Yeah,
chit
chat,
chat
yeah. Talk with
with
the
my
office
office
mate.
mate. And I can wear
Chit-chat.
what we want to wear, what I want to wear. I mean, like we have in Japan there is a like fashion that is called office casual,
Yeah.
like a bit polite, like what you call this?
Like
Appropriate for office.
Semi-formal, semi-formal. Okay.
But here in the Philippines, people wear whatever they want, which is also good for me. So Philippines is better
Okay.
in terms of working.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. So we're almost reaching the end of this conversation. So what can you say? Maybe you can just sit here before finishing. So what can you say about Japanese who wants to come and stay in the Philippines? Like, do you have an advice for them before coming in the Philippines, or is it a country that you can say to the Japanese, okay guys, you can come here, it's, you know, chill, and what advice can you give to them?
If you are interested in living in the foreign countries, I think Philippines is really a best option, one of the best option, because even if you cannot speak English fluently, people are kind. People try to understand what we want to say, and because there are a lot of foreigners here, so they are already familiar with foreigners. So,
Okay.
and
So-
they are so friendly, so you don't need to hesitate.
And is there also like a huge community of Japanese? Like, is there a lot of Japanese, like, that people can, maybe if people are looking for Japanese to get along with, is there like a Japanese community, you know, like, do you see Japanese in the street when you walk? Maybe not maybe in every 1 meter, but like in the park, can you maybe walk and have a chance to bump with another Japanese
Yeah,
person?
so many chance to bump into
You are bumping with
into
other
Japanese. And also there are many Japanese community, like for Japanese mother
Okay.
raising kids in the Philippines,
Oh, okay.
and what else, like depends on their hobby. Yes, they have.
So if a Japanese come here, there is no chance that he feel like alone, because you just have to probably go out and then you will finally have connection. Because I think from what I see, I think there are also Japanese having a lot of business here, right? Like for example, you mentioned earlier Tokyo. I've been there already. Some restaurants there are owned by Japanese. I haven't seen, earlier we saw a store, right? A Japanese store. So there are there are Japanese owning Japanese store here, right?
Yeah, so if you wanna see Japanese, go to Japanese restaurant.
I think even for beauty, like
Yes, salon. There is Japanese salon.
right?
Yeah.
So we can say that there is Japanese here and in all kind of activity, right? Okay. So
and also sports.
sport also.
うん。
Yeah. So that's the last question. How is the Filipino sees Japanese? Like
What is the
when, let's say for example, when you walk in the street, what's the experience of Filipino when they see you? Are they like happy to see you? Like, is there a special treatment because you're Japanese? Is there a negative treatment? Is there like, you know, the fact that you're Japanese, when they know that you're Japanese, are they trying to speak Japanese? Are they trying to ask you about Japan? Are they different than, you know?
different than?
Well, I mean, what's this? For example, when they see me, usually when they see me, they're always thinking I'm from US. They will say basketball player. They're going to say idol. They're going to try to take a picture with me.
Yes.
Depends, depends of the area where I am. They're thinking those kind of stuff. But I'm going to say my experience is in general. It's very happy. They are very happy to see me. They are very kind. They are very approachable. So is it the same with Japanese? Like when she said, "Oh, she's a Japanese, konnichiwa," they're trying to say those kind of stuff.
Yeah, you are right. I think Filipino, a lot of Filipino like Japan, visiting Japan, and Japanese food they like. So once they know that I'm Japanese, as you said, they try to talk in Japanese that they know. And also, yes, they look happy to see Japanese. But since my eyes are like this, people say, "Are you Chinese? Are you Korean? 안녕하세요." Something like share, something like that.
Are you calling it chinito? That's the one that you're saying, chinito, when the eyes are...
Yes, Filipino call it chinito.
Chinito. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but still, yes.
So basically, in general, we're going to say that it's a good experience. When they see you, they are very approachable.
No discrimination at all.
No discrimination at all.
As a Japanese living here, I never had an experience, bad experience.
Okay.
As a Japanese.
Okay, so far no discrimination.
So it's good.
All right. So we're wrapping this video. So is there anything that you want to say to your Japanese community watching this video? Because I know there's a lot of Japanese who's subscribing to this page. Something in Japanese for them?
Yes. こんにちは。フィリピンに住むみなよです。フィリピンで結婚して、子供が2人います。主人です。はい。ぜひ主人のYouTube チャンネル
Bonjour Melo ici Philippines。
サブスクライブしてください。お願いします。
サブスクライブしてください。お願いします。Au revoir, au revoir à tous.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.